On behalf of Organization of Iranian American Communities, I want to thank the bipartisan voice of Congress for their support of the Iranian people and their Nowruz wishes. Our community is so proud to have such a strong support from US Congress when it comes to the issue of human rights, democracy, free Iran, and more importantly, a non-nuclear, secular Republic of Iran. Thank you again and happy Nowruz.
Hello, I'm Congressman Adam Schiff, and today it's my honor to join the Iranian American community in observing Nowruz, the celebration of the Persian New Year, as we usher in the beauty that is springtime in Los Angeles and across the world. Nowruz arrives and reminds us all to reflect on the bright future that lies ahead and to savor the boundless prospects that come with the start of a new year. I want to wish the Iranian American community and Iranians around the world a joyous day of festivities as they mark this special holiday. Happy New Year.
Hi everyone, I'm Congressman Andy Kim, and I just wanted to take a second to be able to just gather together with you and celebrate Nowruz. This is a moment where we try to focus on our unity, a celebration that brings people together to be able to fight for peace at a time when we see so much war and conflict around the world, to be able to stand up for those that are fighting for their freedom and fighting for their liberty and show our support to that. That is what's so important, and that's why it's being able to take this moment and think about the unity, think about what we need to be doing across this globe to be able to fight for peace and make sure that we have the kind of representation that will respect human life and human dignity. So with that, I just wanted to share my few words with you, and I wish you all the best. Take care, and then the celebration of Nowruz.
Hello, I'm Congressman Brad Sherman from California's best named city, Sherman Oaks. Joining you today is not only special for me because of our shared mission of supporting a free and democratic Iran, but also because I represent the San Fernando Valley, home to tens of thousands of Iranian Americans who I am proud to represent. In fact, there are nearly 500,000 Iranian Americans in Southern California, many of whom fled to escape the repressive regime that you and I have been fighting for years. Now, I've been with the people in this room for 26 years. Together we fought successfully to get the MEK off the terror list. And now in my 26 years of serving on the House Foreign Affairs Committee, I've worked for an American foreign policy that reflects our values, our dedication to democracy and human rights, especially in Iran. Today I'm the lead Democrat on House Resolution 118 expressing support for the Iranian people's desire for a democratic, secular, and non-nuclear Republic of Iran, and condemning violations of human rights and terrorism by the Iranian government. The resolution condemns Iranian state-sponsored terrorist acts against U.S. citizens, U.S. officials, and Iranian dissidents, and expresses support for the people of Iran in their legitimate protest of the Iranian regime. And the resolution also praises the plan of Maryam Rajavi, which calls for universal voting rights, free elections, and a non-nuclear Iran. The resolution condemns the current president, Raisi, for his central role in the establishment of death commissions in July of 1988, which were designed to eliminate by killing the regime's opponents. The Iranian people have been responsible for one of the world's great civilizations. They created the Cyrus Cylinder, the first recorded document dedicated to human rights and religious freedom. We look forward to the day when the great people of Iran have a government that matches their own greatness and affords them the same freedoms that the Iranian civilization dreamt of over 2,500 years ago. I am so pleased to be with you today and wish you a happy Nowruz. It's important for us to wish the Iranian community a happy Nowruz, not only in this room, but also in the halls of Congress. That's why I was proud to co-sponsor HRES 237, which wishes all Iranian Americans and all those who celebrate Nowruz a happy Nowruz and recognizes the contribution of Iranian Americans to the United States, and further, it reaffirms the inherent right of all Iranians to live in freedom. So happy Nowruz to everyone here, and I look forward to working with you for human rights, particularly in Iran, in the years to come. Salanu Mubarak. Thank you. I'm Congressman Brad Sherman.
Hi, everyone. I'm Congressman David Trone from Maryland's 6th Congressional District. I was honored when the Iranian American community in Maryland invited me to join you today in celebrating Nowruz. It's always great to take part in commemorating this special day. Last Congress, I added my name to a resolution recognizing the cultural and historical significance of Nowruz to the Iranian American community. The resolution recognizes that Nowruz is celebrated by nearly 300 million Iranians and other peoples throughout the world, including the United States, Iran, Central Asia, South Asia, the Caucasus, Crimea, and the Balkan region. The resolution also supports the Iranian people's struggle for human rights and religious tolerance. As a former member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, I believe it's crucial that we stand up for human rights at home and abroad. That's why this Congress, I'm proud to be a co-sponsor of the resolution to support the Iranian people's desire for democracy and religious freedom, and to hold the Iranian government accountable for human rights violations. As you know, this is a bipartisan issue. Support for this resolution stretches across the aisle. 251 of my colleagues in the House joined me in co-sponsoring the resolution. In the coming days, we must continue to stand up for what's right and support the people fighting for a brighter future in Iran. Thanks again for inviting me to share in and celebrating Nowruz. I wish you all a happy and a healthy New Year.
I'd like to wish a happy Persian New Year to all my friends in the Iranian American community of Wisconsin. Let's hope for a free republic based on the American model this time next year. It would be great if your friends back home in Iran could celebrate a nuclear-free Iran that could be a model for that entire part of the world.
I want to celebrate with all of my Persian friends throughout the valley and throughout our country the celebration of Nowruz. It's an annual celebration every springtime to bring reconciliation and joy and promise for the new year. It's when family and friends come together to celebrate this long-time Persian tradition, to focus on the importance of peace and dealing with people that are oppressed. It recognizes that it is so important that we focus on human rights and to ensure that we think of our communities and our neighbors. So for all those of my friends, including some of my family, I wish you a very happy Nowruz. I have celebrated it over years past and look forward, I hope, to celebrating it this year with my family. So Nowruz is important, and I want my friends to know in the Persian community who celebrate this important annual spring festival, best wishes. Your Congressman, Jim Costa.
Hi, I'm Congressman Jim Himes, and I'm delighted to wish a very happy Nowruz to the Iranian Americans in Connecticut, to the 1 million Iranian Americans in our country, and of course to the hundreds of millions of people around the globe who have some connection to Iran, and to 3,000 years of remarkable, remarkable history. We're thrilled, obviously, by the many contributions that Iranian Americans have made to American society, and we all, of course, hope that someday the United States can live at peace with an enlightened, democratic, and free Iran. In the meantime, a very happy Nowruz to everybody who's celebrating.
Hi, it's Congressman Juan Vargas representing San Diego, California. I want to wish Iranians around the world, especially those in California's 51st District, a joyous Nowruz. I'm proud to support the Iranian people in their work to create a free Iran. I stand with those conducting peaceful protests against corruption to secure a safer future for the next generation. I wish everyone happiness and peace in the next year. Thank you.
Hello and happy Nowruz. I'm Congressmember Judy Chu, and I'm so happy to be able to be celebrating once again with my friends at the California Society for Democracy in Iran. Nowruz is always such a joyous time, and for years I've looked forward to being able to join in these celebrations and meals together in person. But while I regret that we are all still unable to be together in person, I'm so happy that we can still find ways to come together. And that is so important because it is in our coming together that all of us can stand united with the people of Iran in their struggle for democracy and peace. I'm always so moved by the courageous Iranians who have been protesting the cruel and repressive government, even at great risk to themselves and their families. And that is why it is so important that they know we are standing behind them 100%. And that is why I'm so proud to be a co-sponsor of House Resolution 118. This critical resolution condemns Iranian state-sponsored terrorist attacks and expresses support for the people of Iran who are engaged in legitimate and peaceful protests against the Iranian regime. I am proud that this resolution has over 250 bipartisan co-sponsors already, which is the majority of the House of Representatives. Having such a large bipartisan bill condemning the Iranian government's support for terrorism sends a clear signal to the people of Iran that they are not alone. So thank you all for your important work to promote human rights and a more free Iran. And happy Nowruz!
I would like to wish a happy Nowruz to those celebrating in Illinois, in Iran, and around the world. This holiday is an opportunity to look back on the strength the people of Iran have shown this past year, and to look ahead to the new year with hope. Right now, Iranians are denied the right to elect their own leaders or express their political views freely. Nonetheless, the Iranian people have spoken out against tyranny time and time again. To those fighting for freedom in Iran, I stand with you. Opposition in the face of tyranny comes at great peril, and I applaud your bravery. I hope this message provides comfort to those in this fight and know that the U.S. has not forgotten you.
Hello, I'm Congressman Paul Tonko of New York's 20th Congressional District. My thanks to the Association of Iranian Americans in New York for inviting me to speak today in celebration of Nowruz, the Persian New Year. As we gather for a joyful celebration of Iran's rich heritage, we must also remember the Iranian people living under an oppressive, corrupt regime. For more than 40 years, the Iranian government has denied its citizens the kinds of rights and freedoms that we enjoy here in America. I am indeed proud to stand with the people of Iran and with their peaceful and legitimate protests against Iran's autocratic rulers. An authoritarian, theocratic, nuclear-armed Iran is a grave threat both to its own citizens and certainly to peace in the Middle East. America's role as a global advocate for democratic values demands that we extend our support to the brave Iranians fighting for the values that we hold dear. That's why I'll never stop fighting to achieve the goal of a democratic, secular, non-nuclear Iran, an Iran that respects human rights and acts as a partner for peace in a volatile region. As I continue my work in Congress to address the acute threats to democracy, both in Ukraine and here at home, I am reminded of the immortal words of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I am honored to stand together with you and with the Iranian people in support of democracy, and I am proud to be your advocate in Washington. Thank you again for inviting me to speak today, and have a magnificent New Year.
Hello everyone, I'm Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, and I'm honored to represent Washington's 7th Congressional District in the House of Representatives, where I also serve as the chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. Nowruz Mubarak to you and all your loved ones. Nowruz marks the beginning of the new year, and with that, a new beginning and endless opportunities. Today and every day, we must remember that there is more that unites us than divides us, that there should be no room for sexism or racism or xenophobia. This Nowruz, we must remember that people of all races, ethnicities, and religions deserve to live freely and fully. And I am so proud to stand with the Iranian people who are peacefully protesting in the name of these great ideals. There is no better pursuit in my mind than that of equality, prosperity, justice, and democracy. Let this new year be marked by unity and by peace for all Iranians. It is an honor to represent so many members of the Iranian American Cultural Society in Washington. I feel, as you do, that a new day for Iran is on the horizon. I wish all of you a joyous Nowruz.
Hi everyone, this is Congressman Scott Peters from San Diego, wishing you a very happy Nowruz. Millions around the world celebrate Nowruz to mark the first day of spring. This celebration also serves as a reminder of the Iranian community's belief that a new day for Iran is on the horizon, one that includes a secular, democratic, and peaceful republic in Iran. I'm taking this opportunity also to recognize how Iranian Americans have made countless contributions to our country for decades and have helped strengthen our communities, particularly in California. Be safe, be well, and happy Nowruz.
Hi, Congressman Sean Casten here. Eid Shema Mubarak. Happy Persian New Year. This is the celebration of the start of spring, and sitting here in Washington, D.C. today, the cherry blossoms are out, so it must be almost here. Happy Persian New Year, happy start of spring. Wishing you very good wishes for the season.
Happy International Women's Day, everyone. International Women's Day gives us an opportunity to recognize all the work remarkable women across the world have achieved. It is important to reflect on our accomplishments and recognize women trailblazers across the world today. It is remarkable to see how far we have come. While we have cause to celebrate all our achievements to date, our work isn't finished. Reproductive rights are being threatened, and many women are still fighting for equal pay. Until women are given the respect and dignity they so rightly deserve, the fight continues. So let's celebrate today and plan for tomorrow. Together we can achieve more than we could imagine. Happy International Women's Day, everyone.
I'm Congressman Troy Carter, proudly representing Southeast Louisiana in Congress. I want to wish a happy Nowruz, or Iranian New Year, to all who celebrate. Nowruz means new day, and I hope this holiday is a chance for you and your community to spend quality time with family and to begin anew. It's a time to reflect on the past year, recognize all that you have accomplished, turn the page on the past challenges, and set new sights on an even brighter future. I support the rights of people of Iran and the people of all communities to hold legitimate and peaceful protests and to express their personal and political views freely without fear of harm. We must promote civil and human rights around the world and condemn acts of terror and discrimination. I hope that this year is full of peace, good health, and that the principles of democracy are protected and expanded across the globe. To the Iranian and Iranian American community in Louisiana, have a meaningful and celebratory Nowruz. Have a wonderful day.
Hi, everyone. I'm Congressman David Trone from Maryland's 6th Congressional District. I was honored when the Iranian American community in Maryland invited me to join you today in celebrating Nowruz. It's always great to take part in commemorating this special day. Last Congress, I added my name to a resolution recognizing the cultural and historical significance of Nowruz to the Iranian American community. The resolution recognizes that Nowruz is celebrated by nearly 300 million Iranians and other peoples throughout the world, including the United States, Iran, Central Asia, South Asia, the Caucasus, Crimea, and the Balkan region. The resolution also supports the Iranian people's struggle for human rights and religious tolerance. As a former member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, I believe it's crucial that we stand up for human rights at home and abroad. That's why this Congress, I'm proud to be a co-sponsor of the resolution to support the Iranian people's desire for democracy and religious freedom, and hold the Iranian government accountable for human rights violations. As you know, this is a bipartisan issue. Support for this resolution stretches across the aisle. 251 of my colleagues in the House joined me in co-sponsoring the resolution. In the coming days, we must continue to stand up for what's right and support the people fighting for a brighter future in Iran. Thanks again for inviting me to share in celebrating Nowruz. I wish you all a happy and a healthy New Year.
Hi everybody, I'm Congressman Dean Phillips, and I'm here to extend my heartfelt greetings to all of you as you come together to celebrate the Persian New Year, or Nowruz. Today you'll gather with friends and family at Hafsin to celebrate the new year and anticipate the arrival of spring. And I hope you cherish these moments together and find great joy in the important traditions that you will continue for generations to come. Nowruz means new day. What a simple and so powerful recognition of the possibility and opportunity that each sunrise represents to each of us. After 2 very challenging years fighting a global pandemic and being separated from our loved ones, I am so hopeful that a new day is upon us. I wish you well as you celebrate with your family and friends, and my very best to you in the new year ahead. May the new year bring peace to all of you and to the entire world. Nooruz Mubarak.
Hello everyone, and thank you for having me to celebrate this year's Nowruz, the beginning of spring and the Iranian New Year here in California and all across the world. I'm Jimmy Panetta, and I am the United States representative for the Central Coast to California, which is home to a vibrant community of Iranian Americans. I want to thank the Iranian American Cultural Society of California for your work that you do to support the Iranian people and condemn the oppressive regime in power. From calling out human rights violations by the Iranian government to standing with the citizens who are holding legitimate and peaceful protest, your advocacy is truly making a difference. I look forward to supporting your efforts in Congress and fighting for my Iranian American constituents in my congressional district. So thank you again, and please enjoy a peaceful and renewing Nowruz.
I'm Madeline Dean, and I serve the 4th Congressional District of Pennsylvania, suburban Philadelphia. Thank you to the Iranian American Cultural Society of Pennsylvania for inviting me to join you in this celebration of the new year. Happy Nowruz to each of you and to your families. May you all be blessed with happiness and health and prosperity in the new year. And may this Nowruz serve as a renewal of hope and progress for Iranians worldwide. I strongly condemn any state-sponsored human rights violations. Peace, love, and democracy is the only way forward, and I applaud the people of Iran in working to make that difference for themselves, their families, and for the future of Iran. May this spring and this beginning of the new year bring peace throughout the world. Once again, I hope you enjoy this new year. Nooruz Greetings.
Hi, I'm Congresswoman Young Kim, representing California's 39th Congressional District. I want to wish our Persian friends and Persian American communities who are celebrating a very happy New Year. The Nowruz, or New Day, we honor Iran's rich heritage and recommit to doing our part to support the Iranian people as they peacefully protest for basic human rights and freedom. For over 40 years, Iranians have suffered under an oppressive, authoritarian regime that rules with no regard for its people. Meanwhile, their elites enrich themselves, pursue nuclear weapons, and fund terrorism across the region at the expense of economic opportunity and productivity for their nation. I continue to condemn Iranian state-sponsored human rights abuses, and I'm proud to support House Resolution 118 to stand firmly with the people of Iran. As a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, I will continue to advocate for policies that hold the Iranian government and its elites accountable and uplift Iranians in their quest for better government and a better life. As we celebrate this new year, we have a renewed hope and a sense of purpose to stand up for human rights. With the Iranian people leading the way, I know freedom is on the horizon.
Hello, this is Congressman Frank Pallone. I represent New Jersey's 6th Congressional District, and I want to wish the Iranian American community in New Jersey, as well as everyone else celebrating in the United States, Iran, and around the world, a happy Nowruz. While I always enjoy being a part of these celebrations in person, I'm sending the best wishes from my office in Washington. Nowruz marks the traditional Iranian New Year and occurs on the first day of spring. It has been celebrated for thousands of years across many parts of the Persian region and by people of all different faiths and ethnicities. Nowruz, which means new day, allows us to reflect on the trials of the previous year and look forward to what the new year may offer. And in that spirit, let us not forget the people of Iran who are still struggling against the autocratic regime and who are continuing to hold heroic, peaceful protests. Their unwavering will to confront a dictatorship that continues to violate human rights and engage in state-sponsored terrorism is admirable and certainly deserves our support. The Iranian people, like our friends in Ukraine and all people, deserve freedom and a democratic society. Also, I want to condemn the continuing awful and appalling violations of human rights and state-sponsored terrorism that's committed by the corrupt Iranian regime. And finally, I'd like to acknowledge the tremendous contributions that members of the Iranian American community have made in New Jersey and throughout the United States, both economically and civically. Your efforts have shaped America, and you contribute to our community's great strength in diversity. And I wish you all a happy and prosperous Nowruz.
Hi, this is Congressman Greg Stanton. I want to take a moment to wish a Happy New Year to all those in Arizona's Iranian American community who celebrate Nowruz. This is a time to come together and embrace the hope and the promise that the year ahead holds and recognize the contributions of our Iranian American neighbors, whose innovation, hard work, and patriotism have strengthened our community. Thousands of Iranian Americans call Arizona home. They give so much to our community and make our state and country stronger. The fundamental message of Nowruz teaches us that neighborliness, compassion, and generosity can bring us together and, no matter our differences, help move us forward. That unifying message of peace and grace is one we often preach, but often struggle to practice. And it's one we should strive to adhere to now more than ever. I hope that this celebration reignites our sense of optimism for our future as we continue to push for peace and justice at home and around the world. Thank you, and may you have a year of peace, prosperity, and good health.
Hello, I'm Congressman Mark Takano, and I represent California's 41st District in the United States House of Representatives. I'd like to take a moment to wish a happy Nowruz to all Iranians in California and across the country who celebrate it. Nowruz represents the beginning of spring and a newfound hope that this Persian New Year will bring about peace and solidarity around the world. This year, the ideals of Nowruz are more meaningful than ever before as the world watches in horror and disbelief the atrocities being carried out in the sovereign nation of Ukraine by Russian forces. This unprovoked and unjustified war in Ukraine can be reminiscent of the religious tyranny that Iranians have been resisting for more than 40 years. These are difficult times for all of us, but in these difficult times, it is important that we all come together in our collective mission to advance human rights, protect human dignity, and promote democracy and freedom everywhere and for everyone. Nowruz gives us an opportunity to practice good neighborliness with one another and with people who we may never know, but who need us most. A new day free of war and free of suffering is on the horizon. Thank you to the Iranian American Cultural Society for including me in your inspiring celebrations. And once again, Happy Nowruz.
Hi, I'm Congresswoman Stephanie Bice, the first Iranian American ever elected to Congress, serving in Oklahoma's 5th Congressional District. Nowruz is an important time as it embodies the tradition that each individual's thinking, speaking, and conduct should always be virtuous. This is a joyous celebration for the Iranian community and symbolizes a time of renewal and commitment to one another. I wish you and your loved ones a happy new year, and I look forward to celebrating with you all. May this new year bring you many blessings.
Hello, I'm Congressman David Rouser. Let me wish everyone here today, along with the entire Iranian community of North Carolina, a very joyous Nowruz. Nowruz marks the traditional Iranian New Year and symbolizes a time of renewal, community, and hope. As we celebrate the Iranian New Year ideals of compassion and human rights, may we stand in solidarity with our allies in Ukraine who are fighting against Russia's corrupt regime and their direct attack on democracy. The Iranian people understand this struggle, and I strongly support the aspiration of the Iranian people to see a democratic Iran that respects human rights, and I will continue to be a voice for freedom and human rights in Congress. I look forward to working with all of you in the year ahead to ensure United States policy concerning Iran focuses on 3 main pillars: promoting democracy and freedom, holding human rights abusers accountable, and protecting the interest of Americans and our allies abroad. Again, best wishes for a happy Nowruz to everyone in America and around the world who celebrates it. May you have peace, prosperity, and much joy in the year ahead.
Hello. I want to wish a happy Nowruz to all the Iranian Americans, especially those in Southern California. I understand this holiday begins on the first day of spring and marks the opportunity for new beginnings and a fresh dose of hope for your community. I stand with the people of Iran who wish to live in a democratic and non-nuclear republic and those who hold peaceful, legitimate protests against their oppressive government and its state-sponsored terrorism. I will continue to work towards diplomacy in the region. May this celebration be a strong beginning to the new year and kindle a larger movement towards democracy for Iranians. Again, Happy New Year. Sincerely, Representative Levin. Dear friends, Nooruz Piruz. Today marks the beginning of Nowruz, a beautiful time of celebration, reflection, and renewed optimism for the future. Each year, these vibrant festivities remind us of the precious heritage, rich traditions, and essential contributions of the Iranian American community in our country. The celebration of Nowruz marks the first day of spring, but also the renewal of the home. That is especially true now as the new year presents an opportunity for many to be with their friends and family for the first time in over 2 years, thanks to life-saving vaccines. To all those celebrating, may the year ahead be filled with peace, good health, and prosperity to all. Sincerely, Representative Gomez. Spring is a time for new beginnings. As the skies clear and the flowers bloom, new opportunities for new unhappiness have arrived. In Texas, the Middle East, Central Asia, South Asia, and across the world, I hope Nowruz brings joy to all who celebrate. This year, the spirit of Nowruz feels especially needed. As we mark 2 years of a global pandemic, many of us are exhausted and in mourning. With strife at home and conflict abroad, the world can feel hostile and dangerous. Now more than ever, the people of the world deserve to believe in a future with peace, freedom, and happiness. Thankfully, as Nowruz arrives, we have the opportunity to look ahead to a brighter horizon. May this new day bring light and unity to all. Happy Nowruz, Representative Castro. Friends, to everyone celebrating Nowruz across Northeast Ohio and around the world, Nooruz Mubarak. As the elected representative for the Buckeye State's 14th Congressional District, I joined the Iranian American community of Ohio in celebrating the arrival of the new year. The great Persian poet Feridun Moshiri once wrote, "Open the windows, for the kind breeze is celebrating the birthday of the flowers, and spring, on each and every branch next to each leaf, has lit the candles." For over 4 decades, the authoritarian regime in Tehran has tried to dampen the beautiful spirit of Nowruz by suppressing celebrations of this ancient holiday, which is observed by communities of all religious and ethnic backgrounds. These actions go against the fundamental purpose of Nowruz, putting aside differences and joining in solidarity to celebrate friendship and love. Despite these draconian measures, Iranian communities in Iran and around the world have maintained their unwavering commitment to freedom and have worked to hold the authoritarian regime in Tehran accountable for its actions, as evidenced by the 8 nationwide uprisings against tyranny in Iran over the past 4 years. Congress, I am proud to stand with the people of Iran in their peaceful protests against oppression and corruption in their country. I will always support their efforts to establish a democratic, secular, and non-nuclear Iran. I remain committed to working with my colleagues in Congress, Republican and Democrat alike, to confront the Iranian regime's horrific cruelty and support the Iranian American community here in Ohio and across the U.S. As you and your family celebrate the arrival of the new year, I wish you happiness, health, and prosperity. Nooruz Piruz, Representative Joyce.